I remember I took the product, and I had a friend of mine in Harrison, New Jersey, had a supermarket. And I asked him if I would allow me to come on Saturday, display my oil, and introduce this product to his customers. So he did, and I was there all day on Saturday with the samples on the table, and with some bread for tasting. And I wasn't having very much success, except for one lady passed by, and she did stop. And she took the bread, dumped it in the oil, tasted it, and she walked away. And I said, "Wait, excuse me." I said, "What'd you think of the product?" She said, "I didn't like it." I said, "What didn't you like about it?" Because I was crushed. They had that remark. She said it was too strong, had too much flavor, it was too green, which actually, all those negatives turned out to be the positives in the product itself. So at that time, I thought maybe I was chosen the wrong career. Maybe I was looking for a career change. But, you know, I was persistent. So next week, I went into Little Italy. And I went into one of the restaurants, and I presented my product, and the owner was sitting at a table, he was having lunch, and he said to me, he says, "Well, I don't know too much about this, I'll call my chef." So the chef came out from the kitchen, and they were talking in Italian. Now, I understand every word in Italian. They didn't realize that. And the chef tells the owner, he says, "This is the product I've been looking for." So I gave him the price, and first order was 10 cases. So I was thrilled. And I figured that was the way to go, food service.
For our food service trade, our main item is a 1-gallon plastic bottle. And for 20 years, we've been buying those bottles from sources in the US and in Canada. So it's a lot of transportation, a lot of freight, a lot of emissions that are exhausted to get these truckloads of bottle each day delivered here. So we've made the decision, the company has invested in blow molding equipment where we can create the bottles on site because the raw materials are much smaller. So we can bring in a quantity of that, which equates to many, many truckloads of finished bottles. And the material is PET, which is actually better for recycling than the bottle that we're buying, which is HDPE. And so it'll reduce cost for us, reduce the footprint as far as the waste, and it's a lighter weight bottle, so it'll help in shipping. So it's a positive on all fronts.
Majority of the growth I see from the e-commerce world, where we are growing at a triple digit every year, and from the food service industry, because now we have a new plant in California, in Dixon, near Sacramento, where my cousin Paolo and Anthony Profagi are there, and they are part of the family that are operating the facility, that are overseeing the business there. And their facility allows us to grow in the California olive oil business, and at the same time produce and pack the blend, as you have seen in our facility here, for the canola oil for the food service industry. Because we have a unique player in the food service industry with 2 plants, one on this coast and one on the west coast, able to supply national accounts at logistic advantage. I think the fact that we are the only player with a brand in the food service industry, that gives a comfort to our customer that we are trustable, because our brand, if we do anything wrong, will affect our brand at retail too. And we have been known from ever for the quality. We are not a price leader, we are a quality leader. And we have a lot of expertise in our company. We have one of the top master chefs in the world that works for us, and he's our corporate chef, and goes to the customer and works hand to hand with them to show them what can they do, what kind of usage, how can they do better using different products. We are not, again, the price leader, but we are competitive at the same time. But our difference is on the quality.
Well, firstly, we're the major brand that's still family owned. There's not a big conglomerate that owns the brand, and the brand's not packed in different factories co-packing. It's all run by Colavita. The Colavita family buys the oil, inspects the oil, tests the oil, packs the oil. They also buy the oil that we're packing here as well. So we know there's always a Colavita involved in that process, and I think that's a big distinguishing factor, that it's not just the corporation that's requesting the cheapest price from the cheapest factory out there. It's you know, as Giovanni said, we're not the price leader, we're the quality leader, and I think that's our biggest sell point. We have Colavita customers that have been customers for 30 years, and they're brand loyal because they know they can trust the brand, and they know there's a family behind the brand, and they know the quality is always going to be there. I think that's probably the number one distinguishing factor.
Giovanni and his father and Enrico, we still have a love for our extra virgin olive oil. That's our number one item. It runs in our blood. Today we went from the little village in Italy to New York City. We became a major factor in New York City alone, which is an accomplishment. And today we're in 76 countries. We market our product in 76 countries. And the number one item is extra virgin olive oil.
It's actually, when growing up, for me was kind of normal to see the brand on the bottle, but I never had the perception of how big the market for Colavita was here in the States. And when I moved to the States, it was funny because I was making a reservation and I would say, you know, spell your last name, Colavita. They say, oh, like the olive oil. So that makes me feel very proud of it, of what my family and the Profaci family have done in this market, and how big is the brand, even if it's still a family-owned business and operated. So we're still two family running a business.